If you don't compare like this, you're going to be losing marks instantly. Always start with either both or however. This will hit the AO word straight away and show the examiner that you are comparing from the start. So we are going to be looking at modern and realistic love. I picked Sing Song versus Sonnet 29 because both poets present love as powerful, however Nark presents it as playful and rebellious, whereas Browning presents it as intense and deeply emotional. Sing Song, one of my favourite poems. The quotation is priceless, baby. Informal language, modern relationship. The word priceless shows love is valuable and rejects traditional love over family expectations. I ran just on one of my daddy's shops. Neglects or responsibility, love becomes dominant force. Sonnet 29. My thoughts do twine and a bird about thee shows natural imagery. Love grows. Twine shows connection and closeness. And love is organic and consuming. So if I had to compare this in the exam, I would say something like Nargro presents love as rebellious and modern, whereas Brownie presents it as intense and deeply emotional.
Learn with Miss BB and smash the AOs.
Before we even look at the answer, we need to be really clear on what the exam is asking us to do. This is an AQA poetry comparison question. This question is worth 30 marks plus 4 marks for SPAG, so everything you write needs to be analytical and precise. Number 1, this is really important. You are not just analysing one poem, you must compare. So the named poem, the poem that you have been given in the exam, with another poem from the anthology. Structure you should follow. I always teach it like this. Keep it simple and clear. Introduction. Paragraph 1. Compare idea 1. Paragraph 2. Compare idea 2. And conclusion. Let's start by reading the question. Compare how poets present love as powerful and realistic. The key words here are powerful and realistic. These are your themes. So everything you say must link back to love being powerful and realistic, not just love in general. This is a comparison question, so you must compare throughout. Use both poems, analyze methods AO2, include context AO3. This is your visual map, everything you need for a top answer. Nagra, his poem is modern, is playful, he uses playful language, he shows identity and culture and rebellion. Browning, natural imagery, twine, bird, enjambment which shows flowing emotion, personal and intense love. I would like you to take a screenshot. This is your plan for the essay. So we're going to do a quick walkthrough of this essay written by a student. So what does the student do well for their introduction? They mention both poems immediately. They answer the question. They show clear comparison. They say Nagra, and then they mention playful and rebellious. Then they mention Browning, and they talk about intense and emotional. That's a strong contrast, and that is what the examiners are looking for. They then talk about AO3 skills. They link Nagra, modern identity, to Browning's of Victorian love. That's a thoughtful context, and it's not forced. Top answers, they don't wait. They compare immediately. So if you want the top marks, make sure you are comparing right away. This paragraph is really strong, and let's break it down. So AO1, the clear argument, they start with both poets present love as powerful, but that contrast is key. The word but shows contrast. Then they look at the AO2 methods. Nagra, you're my bride, which shows, and then he says, you're my limelight, which shows modern performative love and colloquial language, informal, energetic. Brown and twine, which shows connection, entanglement. Bud, which shows growth. So this is high level because they zoom into words and explain meanings. That's what gets AO2 marks. AO3, they link Nagra, a British identity, Asian identity with modern culture, and Browning, Victorian, devotion. Always zoom into one word, don't just spot techniques. Paragraph 2. So this paragraph develops the idea further. They move from love as powerful to love as transformative. That's progression, not repetition. They have a strong analysis. Nagra don't want to be a shopkeeper, which shows rebellion, short lines and repetition shows energy. Browning, enjoyment, flowing emotion. Mai, which shows personal consuming love. The student has used top level thinking here. Nagra shows love gives freedom. Browning, love consumes identity. So this is almost like grade 9 thinking. For the AO3, they link Nagra with modern relationships and identity, and Browning with Victorian ideals. So have you noticed the comparison is constant and it's not split? And for the conclusion, they have a clear comparison. Return to the question. They mention methods and context. They say Nagra, playful, rebellious. Browning, intense, consuming. They don't just repeat, they refine the argument. If you want to push this even higher, what you can add is maybe a sharper focus on powerful and maybe more precise method referencing. If you write like this, comparing throughout, zooming into words and linking to context, you are walking in the top bands.